personal benefit to you aside from making you feel good about participating in the political process. So, if it's enough of an inconvenience to actually vote legally, that's why it's pretty hard to get people out to vote anyway. So to believe that there's a bunch of voter fraud out there, you have to believe that a bunch of people out there would not only want to vote, but would want to risk getting in trouble to impersonate another voter. It doesn't really make sense, does it? Voter fraud is a fake problem. So in order to stop this fake problem, these politicians are asking their states to make it harder for millions of people to vote. Now this is not abstract. It's taking place here in Pennsylvania. Governor Corbett signed a new voter ID law just last week. Now, lucky for you, unlike in other states, student IDs are actually sufficient under this particular law, but in many states around the country, student IDs are not acceptable forms of identification. And it's funny because gun IDs are. So it's like very targeted at groups that won't vote in high numbers for conservative. So many of your peers who are not in college and don't have driver's license yet or passports yet actually will still be disenfranchised. But hopefully, activists around the country can help get these laws repealed, or perhaps our judiciary will find laws unconstitutional infringements on people's right to vote. But in the meantime, I'll ask you, please, make sure you do your research on the voting requirements here in your state, and make sure you're eligible. And consider volunteering to help our poor and elderly voters out there who don't have an ID access a state ID. With the loosened campaign finance rules and super PACs dominating our electoral process, it's hard enough for ordinary people's voices to be heard above the influence of big money. And these laws, curbing voting rights, are making it even harder. We can't have a government that's by the people and for the people if all people can't exercise their fundamental right to vote.